Hey guys, before I start today's video, I just want to say that if you are enjoying my content and want to see more, please consider subbing and turning notifications on so you'll never miss when I upload. Also, leave a like if you enjoy it because it really helps me out. Thank you so much, and let's get into the video. Yo guys, welcome to episode 2 of Inside the Mind of a Pro, and for today we have NRG versus Envy from the first regional of the winter split and RLCSX. This was actually the grand final. And this series went all the way, 7 games. NRG coming from the lower bracket, Envy going uppers the entire way. In terms of a 7-game series, this is about one of the best series you can get. And for today, I picked 2 games to watch. And yeah, you guys seem to really enjoy the first one. So I'm going to do this again. And also an idea I had for this series is if maybe I got one of these players from a series to come on and say what they were thinking in the moment, because for me, I'm not always right because players have very different play styles, so they could be doing something completely different than what I'm thinking they're trying to do. So that way sometimes I'm going to be wrong, but maybe if I get some of these players that are actually playing in these games to review with me and say what they're experiencing and what they're trying to do in certain situations, maybe you guys would like that. Tell me in the comments down below. But yeah, either way, let's get into this game. Envy versus NRG. This was game 4. And yeah, let's get into it. So before we watch a lot of Envy in the first episode, so let's start off by watching, who doesn't love watching Justin? Yeah. So just basic kickoff control, staying in front of the ball, trying to get a dime out mid. Already dead. Spawns back. Doesn't immediately go for the big boost because he realizes that it's ball over boost. Unlike a lot of ranked warriors, they like to do boost over ball and immediately go for the big boost off spawn when a lot of the times it's not worth it. You can do basically almost everything with 30 to 40 boost that you can do with 100 in some scenarios. Obviously, if you're going for a triple tap flip reset, you're not going to be able to do much with 30, 40 boost, but in terms of the scenario is in playing defense, he can do everything he needs with 40 boost. Squishy probably called him off there because he had an easier angle, so Justin just left it. Good communication. Squishy ended up missing, but that you'd rather your communication, your strategy be on point than and your execution, like mechanics being off, than just having poor communication, double committing. Ooh, so this is good. Justin realizes how much space he has right here, and luckily the full boost spawns for him. So he realizes that if he just gets a good pop over turbo, it's going to be a free air dribble 1v1 versus Atomic. So he perfectly does that, realizes the space, sees Atomic's pre-jumping, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to wait and go low because Atomic's not challenging me. He's like waiting for me to do something. So he waits for the ground pinch and perfectly slots it around him, which is really just really good awareness by Justin because he realizes that he doesn't have to rush it and try and go high or go for the first reset and try and panic to get it over Atomic. He just realizes what's going on and controls the ball really well. So really well done by Justin. Just awareness on point, not panicking. Oh, all right, I go big Garrett G for this one. Garrett's just chilling, has full boost, not wasting any. Very speedy to follow up his teammate's challenge. Beats one, gets the beautiful double tap. Absolutely perfect. Alright, so we go next. Good kickoff by Envy to control possession. Turbo goes up for a challenge. Doesn't really do too much with it. Miss with a rare whiff. This is a very rare whiff from Miss, especially on defense. He's got some of the best defense in the game. So him whiffing one of those is once in a blue moon, but it was a really good job by NRG to be there and capitalize. And at this point, if you're in Envy's mindset, which makes this game so special, and you guys will see why if you haven't seen it, or even if you have seen it, a lot of teams would be very tilted, starting a minute and a half in, being 3 goals down in the grand finals. So the fact that Envy's just not tilted off their minds is really important for this series. Alright, what happens here? Let's go to Envy. So, Atomic's last man gets a free touch off the wall. Justin has to go up from a really awkward spot So he gets a really poor touch. Basically the same touch Atomic was going to get. And then, wait, I kind of want to look at Garrett's point of view. Because Garrett's like, ah, shit, this ain't going to be good. And he's like, okay, I can't follow this. So Miss is right there with no one contesting him. A lot of the times you're going to see Miss being contested in this spot. But the fact that Miss isn't contested, it's only on him to put the ball in a perfect spot where all 3 NRG players can save it. So where do you think he goes? Top left? I mean, we already saw. Goes perfectly like around all 3. Honestly, perfect placement. Really well done. A little bit of a poor touch by Justin that gets capitalized by Envy, but there's 1 goal and they still got 3 minutes left. Now it's just if you can get the next one, it becomes a very nerve-wracking game for NRG because they don't want to be the ones giving up a 3-goal lead. Atomic with a... Oh my god, Atomic. Okay, so last episode I was praising on Atomic on his like uniqueness, and like a lot of pro players don't know what he's going to do with the ball. So like look at this. He turns on a dime, kind of cuts rotations, probably because Miss says he's all the way back. Again, communication very important. So he cuts it, gets past 1, still has the ball under control, didn't just get past 1 and give the ball away. Boom, gets past 2 out of the 3 NRG defenders. Gets a really good 50 off, but unfortunately there's no boost and not much can come out of it. But like, look like that. Just like that. No, like, just his unique style, I should say. And kind of just creativeness. Literally got past 2 NRG defenders. Now, if he got a little bit of better 50 or maybe more boost, that could have easily been a goal opportunity or a pressuring spot. A little bit of a poor touch by Atomic. I think he wanted to get that more up the wall so he could follow it, but it popped out so far middle that he couldn't follow it. And that way Justin got a free clear. Alright, some basic midfield challenges, sorry. Ooh. That was a little bit of a ballsy read by Atomic. Right now Atomic's kind of been in no man's land for this past like 30-45 seconds, which is very unlike him because he's usually always in the play. But see, like the really good thing is that his team, like even though he's in no man's land, his teammates are still providing. Like even if he's missing reads or just not in the play, his teammates are still rotating properly around him. That way, if he does miss a ball, that his teammates are in position to follow it up or get his back, which is super important in 3v3s, is to play as a team and get each other's back in case someone does mess up. Because mistakes are going to happen. They ain't avoiding that. So let's see what happens here, because Envy does end up scoring. Turbo clears the ball out. Misreading Justin's touch. Really smart play to control this. Because if you guys see, so he reads Justin's touch. Look where Squishy is. If Miss just hits this to Squishy, Squishy is a free ball, uncontested. Probably an air dribble. It could be a pass to Justin back in the mid because we know he just hit the ball there. And it could be a counterattack for NRG. But the fact that he controls this allows NRG to be in a super, like, Garrett's now in a super awkward spot because he has to challenge this for Squishy, who's behind him. But even if Garrett does win the challenge, it's just going to be a free clear for Envy. So the only way that NRG scores here or does something threatening is if Miss booms the ball to Squishy and gives away ball possession. Gets a really good 50. Again, beats Squishy and a good infield pass. One thing that NRG was lacking a lot in this series was midfield passing. I mean, like watching the midfield passes on defense, I should say. And Envy did a really good job of noticing that. So as you like throughout the series, as the longer it went, exactly like that, they did a lot more midfield passing. Because look, Squishy's in net. Like that's his rotation, but no one's watching mid. So look at how much space. Like that's literally a free shot. Really well done by Envy to recognize the space is there. Good slot by Atomic. Good dish by Turbo. Field awareness, communication. But yeah, just like that, it's a tie game. So really good job by Envy to not tilt off the face of the earth. Come back. Boom. Even ball game. Oh my god. That was Monka. Squishy and Justin getting a little bit tangled up, but it works out. They get the boom. Watching Squishy's point of view now. No boost for Squishy. Honestly, he's kind of just showing himself right there as a presence on the field. Because if he's not there, then again, Envy has the entire like midfield room to work with.
and just do whatever they want because all of NRG would be sitting in it. But even the fact that Squishy's right there, even with 0 boost, even though he can't do anything, it still scares Envy a little bit. Okay, what happened here? Because this is poorly played by NRG, in my opinion. So let's go to Justin's point of view. So Justin just makes a save. He's low on 0 boost. Probably expects Garrett to go for this. Yeah, and Squishy's so far behind him in net that Squishy can't challenge this turbo hit. And I guarantee you, Turbo's like, in his head, he's expecting someone to challenge him. So as soon as he beats this one dude, he's like, okay, I can go again. He's like, wait, no one challenging me? And he's so confused. Which is, he should be confused, because normally someone would be challenging there. But that's where NRG was like, sometimes they have a super, like, far back rotation, I should say. Or defensive, I should actually say. Where they go just straight to net, and they don't really challenge all the time. Because they want you to give, or they want you to give them the ball. And that way they can just get a booming counterattack, maybe an air dribble or something like that. Turbo. We already know how good his boost management, positioning in midfield is, challenges. So he's not going to get a lot of the stats most of the time, but the dirty work is the best in the world. Or the non-stats, I should say. Okay, what happens here? Let's watch this from Garrett's point of view. Garrett's all the way back, got boost. Very awkward situation. That was a very ballsy challenge by Garrett, because look how far Mist had him beat by. Mist expected someone to be closer. He like panic jumped and went straight up. And look how much he has him beat by. Garrett's going for the absolute dunk of a lifetime. And he gets it. Almost straight in, honestly. And Squishy does a good job to follow that. But that was more of Envy panicking on defense with a double commit and a miss panicking going straight up. And a fortunate dunk for NRG. But yeah, more of Envy. Oh my. Envy panicking. Alright. This got a lot of... This was ballsy by Envy. I wonder who called this. But they're down 11 seconds, right? They need a miracle. What do? Boom. Fake kickoff. Miss. Dimes it out to Atomic. Look at it. He notices everyone's so far back. When you notice everyone's so far back, you got to take advantage of it and the space they give you. So what does he do? He takes his time, sees Turbo's wide open. Like I said, NRG was not watching mid. Literally perfectly done. As well as a fake kickoff can go. 10 out of 10. And he did a perfect job of just awareness, knowing where the players were on the field and what he can do with the ball to try and get a goal. Turbo with a good slot. Good job being midfield as well. I believe this is overtime. Yeah, overtime. Alright. Crazy game so far. Atomic with a big boom. You know, when you're in overtime, instead of risking to score, you're more not wanting to get scored on. So he's not gonna control that and risk getting dunked in his own net or getting dunked on defense. He's just gonna boom the ball out, even if you have low boost. Atomic does a really good job of watching mid. So big thing in 3v3 is watching passes. So Mist probably says that he's going all the way back, so Atomic's like, I'm gonna watch mid. So he's kind of parks himself in this area and waits for Squishy's pass and gets up super fast to block Justin's shot. Because if we look at Mist's point of view, so Mist is going to go back. He's going to say, yo, Atomic, watch mid. And look if Atomic's not up for this. This is a 1v1 versus Justin with Mist, and Mist has 18 boost. So if Justin gets a pretty good shot off, this is most likely a goal. So that blocked pass in mid is crucial. It's really well done. They're just covering all areas of the field right now. They're rotating super well. Good old 50s. I think Mrs. Wave Dash honestly kind of screwed him up here because he was a little bit too far in front. And then Justin's pop was so high that it got over him. That's kind of unlucky for Mist. Good try by Squishy to get an infield pass. Fortunately, it didn't work out. Envy just did a good job. It wasn't even on Squishy or Garrett for the pass. It was just a good job by Envy to be aware of what was going on and to watch it. Envy's defense is most likely the best in the world. So those are reasons why. Their rotations, their pre-jumps, their ability to watch mid, it all adds up. Miss popping this straight up, because again, all these players are so good at recognizing, and pro players in general, most of the time, are recognizing where everyone is on the field. Garrett and Justin are literally all the way in their own corners. So Miss is like, why would I just hit the ball forward to you guys? I'm going to pop it up for Turbo, and Turbo's going to be able to do whatever he wants. Because look, they're all the way back. That's so important to recognize where on the field everybody is, so that way you don't give away the ball and give away possession. So Miss just pops it straight up. He's like, all right, I'm just going to let my teammate have it. Oh, I accidentally went to slow motion, or 10% speed. And boom, now it's on NRG's side, and it's a lot more awkward for them than NRG just having the free ball. Miss going for a risky demo, to be honest. Doesn't get it, but nothing harmful has happened. Goes straight back instead of heading for a boost, gets pads. That way he's there for the clear, I should say. Sorry. Words are tough. Squishy with the not the greatest clear. Miss not with the greatest pass. I actually don't know what he's trying to go for there, if it was a pass or just an attempt to keep the ball in. Justin almost slots that. That would have been icy by Justin. It was a very good dribble, just couldn't get it in. And be recognizing how much space they have. Good read by Justin. Good positioning by Turbo to keep the ball in. Not let NRG become comfortable. Turbo again, doing the dirty work, making NRG uncomfortable. Good challenge by Garrett to stop it before anything became too threatening. Because if that was a second later, Miss dimes that out, it's probably a goal, because there's Atomics waiting mid. Good challenge by Miss. Don't want to go to the goal line there, because at this level, if you let someone have a free shot like that, that's most likely going bar down or top cheddar. So he recognized that and realized he had to get up early. Really good read by Atomic. Oh my. Holy shit, Atomic. This was insane. Let's look at Atomic. So Atomic grabs back boost, rotates. Look at the read he has on this play. Literally perfect. And goes for the solo play right after. Was that in? Let's see. I don't know if that was in, but either way, it would have been a follow-up for NB probably. Insane save by Justin though. Oh my god, Atomic with the pre-jump. He's feeling confident after that read. Oh my god, the momentum, the confidence. It's going to NB's favor. Justin doing a good job keeping speed. Boost. Turbo keeping it in. Classic fake. The G2 fake, as everyone knows it. Of course. Good job by Garrett to keep that low. Squishy. Really good touches. He got one touch to himself and then a follow-up that was really high and powerful. So it was super tough on the defense to actually read that. Because it's so hard to read how much power you're going to get on one of those wall touches. Turbo, always there. Midfield. I actually don't know how long this overtime is. This is going to be a long-ass video. Okay, well, what happens here? So missed. Gets it clear. Boom. Really good touch up to himself. He's going for the dub skis. Almost gets it. Really unlucky for Garrett. So really well done by Miss to go transition one side to the other. Even gets the double. Pretty cracked. And then Garrett, Squishy barely missed. And Garrett's like, literally, I got to get anything on the touch. And unfortunate for him, Atomic's literally right there. And just kind of backflips it in. But yeah, there's that game. And now let's go to game 7. This game was insane as well. This is like the game where you saw on everybody's Twitter, this is one of the best series of all time. Maybe not on LAN, because online's not as cool, you know. But yeah, this is the game that like tops off and is like, whoa, this was a great series. Game 7, as intense as it can get. So let's watch it. Again, that was a good job by Justin watching mid. As I said before, Envy was doing a really good job of recognizing NRG was not watching mid. So they tried it. Justin was there that time. Atomic kind of struggling on the recovery. Gets boost. Gets in the play. Really good challenge with no boost. Pre-flip. Okay, again. The last video I did with the SSG Envy, the theme was kind of boost management and just aware, like, yeah, I'd say boost management was like the thing that I talked about the most. I would say so far for this game is awareness of the field. So like this is my tip of the video, I guess, for this series. These players have done a really good job of knowing where everyone is on the field and how much space they have. So Justin right here doesn't just sling the ball away and shoot it and give the ball away to Envy. He recognizes that they're all spread out. They're not going to challenge him immediately. So what's he going to do? He's going to go for a dribble and try and isolate a defender and get a playoff. Unfortunately, he gets a good 50, but he doesn't get a solo play that like ends up resulting in a threatening goal. But boom, again, Turbo with not the greatest clear. What's Justin going to do? Look at, he recognizes Miss isn't going to be challenging him. Let me get a touch, 1v1, ice up. Not much Miss can do there except probably early challenge, but that's very risky. So really well done by Justin there in that scenario to recognize the space, take control of the ball. Good kickoff. Squishy with a failed flip reset, but Justin's right there. Look at this. How many of you guys, let's be honest, right here, you guys are cheating on kickoff 3v3. Justin does what his job does, the cheater does. He gets his 50. How many of you guys just leave and go find boosts because you have 0? Who wants to play with 0 boost? But look, he stays in the play, gets 1 pad, and stays middle for the ball to pop out to him. A lot of times that's not going to happen for you, but it's the mindset of being in the play and being proactive. It was really well done by Justin. Just be there. Be in the play. Because he could have just easily left and went for 100 boost, but that would have been a goal for NRG then. Because he left and it would have just been Squishy on his own. Okay, what happens here? Let's go to Atomic point of view. Turbo doing a really good job of getting out of defense. Really good challenge by Turbo. Kind of an unlucky bounce for NRG, but Atomic reads it really well. But I would say that goal is really Turbo getting down the field and getting a really good challenge. That made it super awkward on NRG. Classic Turbo things, just doing the great challenges that makes a team so successful. What the hell did Atomic just do? But we move. Atomic getting his pads. Kind of interesting positioning right there. He didn't head straight back to net, but he also didn't go like back post. He kind of just sat there and waited for something to happen. Good job getting out mid. You know, NRG, like I said, I wasn't watching it too much. And because NRG wasn't prepared to challenge Miss on this infield pass, it created this whole spiral effect. Because now NRG's panicking. It's right above their backboard. No one can save it. It's a free shot for Turbo, so Squishy has to dive. It's on target. Justin has to make a save. And it forces the free shot for Atomic, which Miss slots in. Just because of that mid pass, it made him scramble. Even though someone challenged them, they were just too fast for it. Because I believe Garrett challenged Miss on that midfield pass. It was just Miss was too fast, or Garrett wasn't watching it soon enough. Whichever one. But again, it's just the midfield play that led to that goal. Good midfield challenge by Miss, making Justin beat him. That way he couldn't get like a good touch towards net. He just had to focus on beating him and not getting dunked. So that way he was forced to hit it straight to the roof. Oh yeah. All right. I think a lot of people have seen this goal. Let's just watch it from Justin's point of view first, because it's a pretty crazy goal. Goes for the flip reset, gets it. Not the most epic goal, but for this Game 7 Grand Finals, it's pretty cool. But this goal, I'm pretty sure, is actually on Atomic. So Atomic has 100 boost, chilling on backboard. Yeah. So he's like probably really confused. He's like, what is Justin doing? Who goes for a flip reset there? But he shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know if he should be falling off the straight down like that off the backboard. I think he just didn't expect Justin to get the flip, so he's like, I gotta get down and challenge. But in reality, he probably should have just stayed back. But it was also really tough to tell because it did not look like Justin got the flip, to be honest. But not the greatest defense by Envy, I will say that. Or by Atomic, I should say. That's one of the rare times Atomic and Envy's defense makes a mistake. Risky ball by Turbo to go for. This could have been game-changing, because look at Mist. Ice up. Look at this. They go for... Atomic, Turbo go for a risky play. Excuse me, God. Mist has to ice up. Getting chased by one person, Justin shooting it. Oh my God. The most pressure in the series probably the entire time. If NRG wins that, it's 4-2, less than 2 minutes left. Talking about a comeback. Envy would have to go crazy. So that save deserves more credit. Great pass by Atomic to realize the infield play was there. What a shot. Let's go back. Again, midfield play. NRG wasn't watching a lot. Atomic probably hears Miss saying, I'm left. Good communication. All these teams have it. But Envy's was on point. Because Atomic, again, with the awareness, sees no one's watching left. And he just hears his teammates see left. He's like, alright, I'm going to dish you the ball. He's going to pass it back. Again, no one's watching it. Atomic with a good beat. Missed with a really good shot. Justin with a better pre-jump. But again, look how much pressure there is on the NRG defense. They're scrambling again. Atomic almost lost the top right after a dish from Turbo. All because of that one midfield pass. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of a trickle effect. So Envy did a really good job this series of realizing that they weren't watching midfield passing and just using it to their advantage, even if they didn't get goals, and made NRG more uncomfortable. Turbo not the greatest touch, but luckily NRG double committed. Atomic with a good touch out so he can follow it. Turbo good speed. Miss good speed again. Can Atomic slot it? Perfect shot. What a play by Envy. Both of the players challenging, dusting their defenders. And look at this. Let's go back to Justin's. Literally a perfect shot. Justin coming back, 0 boost. Literally not a single pad. If Justin gets a single pad, he saves this shot. But look at that. Literally perfect. That's insane. Really well done by Envy, by Turbo and Miss getting the ball out of there and Atomic slotting it. Ice in his veins. Alright, now it's the sweatiest part. 3-3, Game 7. Squishy was not the... I don't think Squishy was going for that. I don't think he wanted to give it out mid. Probably wanted to control it or get a touch his teammate could follow, but it didn't really work out. Justin, probably a misread on Garrett's touch. Good job by Atomic to get the ball to his teammate. Turbo, trying to get something threatening. Again, right now Envy is super confident just because they got that goal, and since the kickoff happened, they basically had pressure. Nice save by Justin. Perfect rotation. Way to be there. Atomic, dish out mid. Really good try, but Envy doesn't want to risk it. OT we go. Garrett trying to get the dime out to himself. Justin, good job staying with no boost instead of just going back. Justin, again, no boost. Getting pads, though. Says I can get this. Good communication. Don't double commit by NRG. Unfortunately, Garrett does get demoed because of double commit, I believe. He jumps, and he's like, Justin calls him off, so he's just landing. And Turbo's just waiting as soon as he lands. So it's a good job by Turbo to recognize that. But because of that demo, again, threatening for NRG. Energy's in trouble. They're the ones that have to get the ball out, and from what we've seen when we were spectating Justin out Garrett, their boost control or boost like amount wasn't the greatest. But then again, guys, you have to... Oh, bad double commit by NRG. Squishy gets a good save, though. I think they both misread it. Let's see. Okay, to be fair, I think Justin kind of cut off Garrett here. Justin should be going back post and rotating behind Squishy. And I think Garrett just ends up like panicking because he sees Justin turn and they both just end up misreading it. But I do think that was a cut by Justin that should not have happened. I believe that was Garrett's ball to go for. but it's Game 7 OT in the Grand Finals. They're going to have some nerves. Luckily, it didn't cost them the goal right there. Justin going for solo play. Turbo, doing turbo things. Good job. Let's see Atomic. Do you think anyone was watching mid? Nope. No one. Look at Turbo, perfectly positioned. Execution feels backflip, man, for Turbo. But look at that. The entire series, midfield, open, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They were using it. NRG is doing a really good job of not letting anything too threatening get towards net, though. But then again, Envy's not doing the greatest job of actually getting good opportunities. Like this. This is threatening. But Justin goes up early. Clears it. Now it's getting a little bit threatening. They're getting towards the net. They're slowly picking their way towards this goal. Atomic with a really good high pop. Tries to follow it. Not enough boost. Good pass by Turbo. Mid. Perfect. Gets it high. Atomic's only worry there is to get the ball over Garrett. Because if he gets dunked, that's really bad for NRG. Because if that leaves probably one back, or he was last man. Again. So he gets it over him. Realizes miss is going back. Communication going back probably. So like, alright, I'll watch mid. Boom. Perfect. Oh, really good demo by Garrett. Missed. Really good challenge though. Blocking the 1v1. Gets it out. Even gets it towards our net. Good challenge by Turbo. Good clear by Garrett. Makes it really awkward on Atomic, but Atomic does well. Good demo by Squishy. I'll leave some pressure. Good shot attempt by Squishy. You just kind of want to get some shot pressure on if you're NRG. Get it off of your net and onto theirs. Bro, look at this. Literally clockwork. Even though like he can't even see Turbo on his screen, he still knows that he's around that general area. And look at NRG, they're both in net. So what's Turbo gonna do? All he's gonna do is slot it, and he does. So that was just a tale of a really good series. Unfortunately, we didn't see a lot of the games where NRG actually won, but NRG was playing really well. It was just Envy figured out ways to beat them, and that's why they won this tournament. That's what has been making them so great recently. But yeah, that's it for these two games, guys. If you guys want to see any specific series from either the past, recently, maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, I'm down. Just tell me in the comments, as well as the part where if you want to see me maybe bring pros on, or maybe even one of you guys on, and I'll ask you questions saying, what do you think he was going to do in this scenario? But yeah, I think that would be good fun. But let me know in the comments, series, pros, if you want them on. I appreciate it, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one, and stay safe.